So some of you see this backticks and somewhere you see this guy. So let me show you what exactly I mean. So if I define a variable 1 equal to backtick ls hyphen l, sorry, l. If I define var2, okay, this time let's put it inside dollar question mark. How many of you think if I do this var1 versus the var2, do you think there will be a difference in terms of output? One I defined inside this backticks and one I defined like this one. Anyone has any idea like what exactly the use of this backticks versus this one? Okay. Let me put it other way. Okay, yeah, output is same. Yep, exactly. But is there any difference between these two? Like specifying it via this way versus this way? So what you guys said, the output will be same. So let's try to do that. Yep, output is same. Bracket, we can store the value even with this one, this way, we can store the value. You have already seen, right? We are storing the value because I do the echo of this var2 and whatever the value which is stored inside the var2 is been outputted to the screen. Okay. So just in the interest of a time, and I want to spend some time on the other thing. This guy and this one, they both are called command substitution. Okay. So think of it like this way, right? The main idea of us is like we want to execute this command and store the output somewhere, right? That's the variable is all about. Okay. I mean, either we can put a varied value, the variable means the things which is going to change, or I can store the output of some command. Okay. So this is where these things help us. So I can do var3 equal to .pwd. If I do echo dollar var3, it stores the value of that pwd. Okay. So now the main question is, what is the difference between these two? This is the one question which has been asked frequently in the exam, or sorry, not in the exam, in the interview. So basically, this is an old way to do the command substitution, and this is the new way. And honestly, like earlier, because I was doing it for quite a long time, I use this one heavily in my script if I need some kind of a command substitution. But for quite a long time, I'm using this one for performing any kind of a command substitution. Okay. Now, what is the advantage of using this one? I mean, this is fine. This is the new way of representing things. I mean, this is the latest or the new way. If you look at this one, this guy, if you have a lot of nesting block, and that I'm going to show you with the help of an example, this is this is going to give you the correct output. So what do I mean by that? So let me show you one thing. Oh, sorry, I was doing on different screen. So if I do this, right? So far I've showed you this simple example, that this one. But here you see I have some kind of a nesting. I am doing echo script this one, and then within this I have this nested block, this guy and this one. Okay. And I think all of you who is aware of shell, we know that shell read from left to right. So it first going to start, if I giving shell this command, it is going to read from left to right. So it's going to read from ls, then -l, then it will go to this command substitution. It is going to substitute this guy. But no, what shell is going to do? Shell is first going to interpret the inner loop. So inside this nested thing, we have this inner loop. So first it is going to do this one. Okay. And that is where it is going to mess up thing. So let me show you. See, it is going to echo this one, but when it is trying to open this in inner loop to this guy, it somehow combined this output. Okay. And let me show you the same thing with the help of the other way which we have seen. See, you have the proper output. So here we are doing the same thing, the nesting, but this time using this dollar, this one. Okay. So I don't want to confuse you guys, but the simple gist of it is like, this is the old way of doing the command substitution. This is the new way of doing the command substitution. If you have a nested thing, it is always preferred to use this dollar and the bracket. But if you took my recommendation, use this one in your script, dollar and then the bracket. Same thing that I have told you for, where is this one. Try to use double bracket in your script. It will make your life much, much easier. I mean, you will not have bug in future. I mean, if you try to find out the bug in future in your script, you will be in a much, much better place. So these are the new ways, and we will prefer to do it like this. Okay. Any question? I mean, you will not see these kind of like a nested block in your script I mean, in a day-to-day basis, but in some odd cases, you will see these kind of a script where you have a nesting inside the nesting, and there you will see the advantage of using this dollar and this one rather than doing this command substitution.